So it all started with an iPhone. So what's up, gentlemen and ladies? Welcome to another episode of Project Gentlemen. Where here we love to talk about the things that help us win in life. And today is gonna be a very special episode for me personally because this is one of my dream videos. So many things have changed in my life since I went into freelancing and content creation, and in fact that led us to finally having our car journey. And then I shared to you guys the experience and have been giving you best recommendations ever since. Today I just wanted to share with you this journey of how I got into this, or how I got trapped into this what they call Apple ecosystem. And by the end of the video, if you're someone who's trying to buy or looking for that next gadget that you need, hopefully this video can help you think if it's gonna be worth it. So without further ado, let's begin with the very culprit itself, where it all started: the iPhone. The iPhone is commonly the very first product that gets you or pulls you into the Apple ecosystem. The very first iPhone that I had was the one that my dad gave me. It's an iPhone 3G, and I think that was way back 2011. So as of the making of this video, it has been 13 years ago. So I guess it's safe to say that my dad was the original culprit into all of this. And then years went by and it got replaced again with an iPhone 5S this time. So I was in college back in these days, guys, and I can say that you always stand out with an iPhone. I was able to use it for like taking pictures of the notes or on the whiteboard. It was really a great time as a student. It was very helpful, honestly. And then as a graduation gift, thankfully it was replaced by an iPhone 6. So that was my phone until I got my job, and then I got married, and both me and my wife had our couple like iPhones, and we both had the iPhone 11s. So my point is, all throughout the years, the iPhone has really been great, and I was really, just really in love with the Apple system and how very efficient things are. You just have that longevity when you have an iPhone. Then the pandemic came. If that didn't happen, people like me won't be desperate to find a new career path. And that's when I found freelancing. And that was also when I tried to get into content creation or starting a YouTube channel. So since 2020, guys, up until now, I still have my iPhone 11, which has helped me grow this channel. Imagine that. I was able to grow a YouTube channel just by an iPhone 11. Now, to be clear, we were able to thankfully upgrade to the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I got it right here. Still very amazing. It's really an amazing phone, guys. And yeah, it has really helped me step up the content creation process or my flow. So I got into content creation and freelancing, and we were able to consider some devices that could help us even more. And that was when I considered to buy the iPad mini 5. Actually, my brother was the one who first bought it because he was, between the two of us, the more into this tech things. He wanted to help me and he wanted to recommend to me content creation. The iPad mini 5 was the very first device that I've used with my very first video that I edited, first vlog ever. It really was very comfortable to edit with that, and that was iMovie, by the way. So up to this day, I still have it right here, the iPad mini 5. I gave it to my daughter. That's why there's like a sticker on this one. It's still working great, very fast up to this date. And I think that you could even use it for your car if you don't have an infotainment system or infotainment screen. After some time, while I was on my freelancing job, the laptop that I've been using was starting to slow down. Actually, that was an Asus. But yeah, we have this problem, right? This is our job now, this is our career, this is what we do for a living now. And that's where the MacBook came in. So my very first MacBook was a MacBook Air M1, the legendary M1 MacBook Air. What a time to be alive to experience a lot of these innovations in the tech world, right? So we bought it. First, there are some new things that I needed to learn. It was really a new experience with the Mac OS. To be honest, I really didn't like the system at first with the Apple side in terms of their computers. But I guess what pulled me in, or what convinced me to try Apple's laptops, was that how fast, how secure, how reliable, and how long the iPhone and the iPad mini could last. And going back to what I said, the experience of slowing down or freezing, or the constant blue screen of death, having that experience, I think I wanted to try something else. And true enough, it's been 4 years now. That M1 MacBook Air is still alive, very much alive and kicking. My wife is working as a healthcare virtual assistant. After experiencing the goodness of a MacBook, eventually my wife also had her very first M1 MacBook Air. So again, it's been 4 years now, guys, but still very much usable for our work. They are very efficient, very fast, gets the job done. In fact, my wife gave this suggestion that what if she takes my M1 MacBook Air and get me a new MacBook Pro 13-inch, and the M2 was the one that I have today. She's now using my old M1 MacBook Air to start something, business, or maybe a little bit of content creation as well. Now, because I was able to enjoy my iPhone, my iPad mini to the side of my main computer, the MacBook Air, I thought that maybe I will need something like a reminder for my task. So that is when I got the Apple Watch SE. This is still the first generation, guys. Up to this day, still very useful, still very fast on my opinion. One of the biggest reasons why I got this Apple Watch is technically to have lesser chances of missing the calls of my wife. Kidding aside, or am I? Yeah, basically, I'll be able to read her text messages as well with this one. And just making calls is very convenient, guys. With just your voice command, you can now make that call wherever you are. And one of the things as well that I love about this is setting alarms, timers, just in case you need that nudge so that you'll be able to get back to work or whatever you need to do. Now, we had our daughter during the pandemic as well. She's starting to grow up. She now has the iPad mini 5, like I mentioned. Because of that, I sacrificed, I gave up that very precious productivity thing, right? So thankfully, we then, both of us, actually, me and my wife, purchased our very first iPad Air 5. That was, I guess, last year or 2 years ago. But yeah, we finally experienced, for my wife's case, it was very useful for her planning, our budget, and she also likes digital arts. It's been very helpful for her, like with the Canva things. And I can personally see her enjoying the iPad Air 5 as well with media consumption. What I love about it is my secondary screen for work. That was when my thumbnail game started to level up, at least for my level. That's where I usually put in or write down, type down my thoughts, especially paired with a Magic Keyboard. What I have is, I just bought it online, but it still works really fine. The trackpad really works well with the iPad Air 5. It's really very nice to have a regular sized iPad as well. And by the way, for my work, I decided as well to have a separate computer for YouTube and for my job or for my work. So I decided to buy a used MacBook Pro 2015. So check this out, guys. This is a 2015 MacBook Pro 15-inch, and look at this. It just lights up, guys. It lights up my world. I'm so glad I was able to get one of these. I believe that these should be on museums. Just kidding. But yeah, I'm just really glad to be able to get one of these guys before they become extinct. But anyway, allow me to flip this thing over and let me show you a quick look over at my little setup right here. So this is how my little Apple ecosystem looks like. So let me just get back to my point about this 2015 MacBook Pro 15-inch, 16 gigs of RAM, Intel i5 chipset. But this thing is still a beast, guys. If you can see, I have thousands of Google Chrome tabs open right here. And guess what? One window isn't enough for me. I need another window which still has a lot of Google Chrome tabs. So this, guys, really is an amazing product, which goes back to my point about Apple products just really lasting for a very long time. And going back to the topic of ecosystem, thankfully, guys, we were able to find a workaround that we were able to install Mac OS Monterey on this 2015 MacBook Pro. That is why it enables us to enjoy this feature called Universal Control. So that enables us to access or take control over other Apple products. So what we have here is the iPad Air 5. Alright, if you can see my cursor right here, I'm gonna be controlling the iPad over at the other side. So this is how my usual workflow is. I'm working on this computer and sometimes I listen to Spotify or whatever music platform that you are enjoying, right? You can watch YouTube videos if you want on the background while going back and forth seamlessly. Now I can also turn on my other MacBook Pro and control that from this MacBook as well. Now I just turned it on, and what I'm gonna do is to try to search for it or try to like access it. If you can see, there you go. It just becomes accessible for you for your convenience. Okay, as you can see, it's the M2 MacBook Pro that we have. So from this computer right here, I just transferred my cursor, okay? Still using the same trackpad from this computer. Isn't that awesome? And what I love about this ecosystem as well, guys, is with the use of the AirPods. Okay, this is why I really had to purchase this, because once you are listening your music or your videos, you're watching videos here on this MacBook, it's very seamless. It connects right away to the other Apple devices. So as you can see right here, I'm connected to the AirPods. All right, and for example, I'm watching something that is educational right here in my MacBook Pro, and then I changed my mind, or I just wanted to try to consume something else. I wanted to listen my music. So from this MacBook right here, let me transfer to the iPad, okay, and listen to my music. Automatically gives you that prompting or notification that the AirPods has transferred to your other Apple device. And another thing that I loved about Apple's ecosystem is with the Mac OS, I only experienced this with Apple, this capability to shift between windows. It is the first time that I enjoyed that here with the Mac OS, and with this feature, you know, with the gestures on the Magic Mouse. I just don't think that any other ecosystems have this feature. So I really love this. I haven't encountered other ecosystems so far that is capable of this. So should you buy Apple products? For me, I would say yes. I would recommend this setup to anyone and to everyone. The cohesiveness and how seamless everything works for me on my setup right here is just really amazing for me. And on my personal experience, what I loved is that I just shoot everything with this iPhone right here that I'm using, this iPhone, and just send it over to my MacBook Pro M2 via AirDrop. And then now I'm editing this video, create the thumbnail, and upload it. So everything works really well in terms of efficiency and productivity and getting things done. I really like my Apple ecosystem. So now I know that a lot of brands are keeping up with their ecosystems as well. So I believe that it's just a matter of preference. If you like the little things, the appearances, the interface, and the animations, stuff like that. So at least I was able to accomplish my mission to just at least show you the best I could in terms of the Apple ecosystem and how it has really helped me with all the things that I need to do. To end, I wanted to say that Apple should be very troubled right now because, like I said, these other competitors are stepping up. And you know what, guys? As an regular sized iPad user, I've been really wanting to have something smaller. I miss the mini form factor, and Apple not releasing the iPad mini 7 just yet, and there are some limitations with the iPad OS. Makes me really think, or makes me curious what's on the other side. I guess our upcoming videos are gonna be exciting. So that's it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think of these Apple products. Do you think they're worth it, or what ecosystem do you belong in? I would love to know. I would really love to listen. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been Ronnie with Project Gentleman, reminding you that when we seek God first, when we put Him first, that's when all the things that we need will be added unto us. And that's when we truly win in life. Thank you so much for watching. Can't wait to see you in the next video. Ciao.